What's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading. I've had a few people ask about getting around the PDT, and that's obviously the number one question when you're starting out trading with a small account. So I wanted to kind of go over CMEG's platform, which is basically the best way to get around the PDT. You can use multiple accounts and spread your money thin, but the reality is most people, when they're starting out trading, don't have a lot of money. Most people find their way to trading because they're trying to make money from home, trying to find a way to get out of their job. So that being said, know that trading is extremely difficult and that it seems simple, but it's not, and most people will lose money. So know that going in. Little disclaimer, 90-some% of people lose money trading, including me for many years. So just know that going in. But I thought I would make a little video about CMEG and their little platform, their account platform. I use Sterling through CMEG. You can use either DOS Trader or Sterling Trader. I use Sterling because honestly, I don't really know. I've never used DOS, so I just went with Sterling because I read lots of reviews and kind of looked online. It seemed like the one that I liked better. So this is going to be a little bit of a tutorial about setting up Sterling Pro and using that, how to place trades with it, etc. So let's jump over into my computer and I will show you how to use CMEG to place trades. So anyway, when you start trading with CMEG, this is Sterling, the Sterling platform with CMEG. I think the only thing that pops up would be this right here whenever you first go into your account and log in. It takes forever to get, in my opinion, approved and get everything done with your CMEG account and actually get funded and the money transferred and blah, blah, blah. I had a very difficult time. I think I made a video about that in the past. But anyway, once you get it all set up, and if you go with Sterling, it's going to come up with this big window right here. Well, I don't know how big it'll be, but anyway, this is what you're going to have. So up here, you're going to have the things that you click on in order to set your account up. And whenever you set up your trading station, when you click on the things, they're going to all be separate windows that you can make different sizes, but they're all work as one big unit, if that makes any sense. So you would come up here and you would click on chart right here, and then this would come up, and then you'd put the symbol in. Like today, one of the hot stocks was CARV. You would put that in. It's going to pop up. Then you can move it around wherever you want. Important note, the way that you link all these would be right here. This little box right here is colors, and you can link them by colors. So now this is linked with these other things that are with the yellow color. I don't need another chart, so I'm going to get rid of that, but that's what you would do. And then you would have, it pops up and tells you what you have. So you got your time and sales, which you definitely need. That's what this is going to be right here, your level 2. Then you have, let's see, is there anything else that you absolutely have to have? You could have news, seeking alpha, alerts, scanners, your messenger. Sometimes they'll send you messages. You got your clock if you want to know exactly when the bell's going to ring, etc. Your level 2 order entry, your trade summary, position summary, you're going to want those open. So the main things, I mean, that's all pretty self-explanatory. You just move your mouse over and it's going to tell you what you're getting. And if you don't know what any of these things are, just Google it and it will tell you. But you're going to definitely want your level 2, and you're going to want your time and sales, which is what this is. And then you're going to want your charts. So the way that I have mine set up, I've got the 1 minute because I'm a day trader, I'm a scalper. So I need my 1 minute, and this is the most handy spot for me where my eyes just focus naturally in the upper right hand corner. So I have my 1 minute right there. Then I have a 5 minute chart open down below, and then I usually have the daily also. So the position sizes and all that stuff is great, and the position summary and your profit loss and all that stuff is great. but it's also a hindrance because you're kind of looking at that the whole time. And I don't know, for me anyway, if you're looking at it the whole time, you find yourself trying to hit goals, or you see that you're behind and you're panicking because you're trying to make it up, whatever the case may be. So sometimes it's almost a hindrance to have it right there staring at you all day. So what you really need is your level 2, which is this, your time and sales here, which is printing the sales that go through. Then you need your 1 minute chart, a 5 minute chart, a daily chart. Some people trade by the 5 minute. Some people trade on the 15-minute chart. Just depends on what you're used to and what you prefer. But for me as a scalper, I'm in and out within a minute or two, so quick that I need the 1 minute as my main focal point. And then I also like to look for 5 minute setups, and you want to be able to see on the daily to see what kind of resistance you're going to be running into. So if you want to change this, I've got different colors and I change them all the time because I get tired of looking at the same black screens or the same blue screens, that whatever it is that is standard that pops up, like on E-Trade, it's blue. That's why mine are all different colors. I like looking at something different when I'm staring at the computer monitors the entire day. So you can change that by right-clicking on the chart, go to settings. It's going to bring this up. Now, this is where you will change if you want to see pre-market or after-hours data. You would change the time right here and the end time, because this range right here is what's going to show on your chart. Highlight market hours, so that's going to highlight the different time, like the actual time that the market is open versus pre-market and post-market. Then you're going to have, I click this, which is enable mouse wheel zoom. I like to be able to zoom in and out with my mouse. I'll show you that in a second. And then down here where it says colors, you can just click the background colors and change them to whatever it is that you like. I mean, everybody's different, whatever. I change mine all the time. I'll go with oranges and greens and blues and purples and whatever, just to change it up to make it a little bit different. We can change these now. I'll make them orange just for fun. So then you click OK, and there you have it. You got your different colored chart. It's pretty obnoxious orange, but whatever. We're not trading anyways. So that's how your mouse wheel that I was talking about, enabling that. That's what this is. Your mouse, the wheel on your mouse, as you scroll with that wheel, you can zoom in and out, which is very handy. Otherwise, you got to be up here clicking this minus and plus all the time. So enable your mouse wheel. You can zoom in and out. Same thing down here. I got all mine that way, where you can zoom in and out with your mouse wheel. It's really handy. Let's see. Time and sales. This is pretty self-explanatory. Don't really need to go over this. If you know what time and sales are, then you're good with this. If you don't, look it up on YouTube or Google, and you can find any of the stuff. Google and YouTube are your friend. They can tell you anything that I'm talking about. If you don't understand, or if it's over your head, you can Google it and read about it and check it out and find out all about it. Then you're going to have your level 2, which is this. This is how I have mine set up. These are your hotkeys. You can have hot buttons set up. With CMEG, with Sterling, you can set up hot buttons. And then you can also set up these, you can have, hotkeys on your keyboard, where you press like Shift B, and it's going to buy whatever you set it at, that amount of shares. Or you can have hot buttons here, which I like to have. Buy 50% of buying power, cancel all is important, sell half my position, sell my whole position on at the market as a market order if I'm trying to just get out desperately quick. Buy 500 on the ask if I'm trying to get in desperately quick. So these are my buttons for quickly getting in and out mainly. And then you can use your limit orders up here. If you type in you want to get in at 850, you would type in 850, then you would click buy. Short, here's your sell, here's your numbers. It's going to have your account right there. You can go between your SIM account and your normal account. If you want to trade with a SIM account, go for it. It's going to have the volume traded up here. This is how many shares that stock is traded today. Your route, this is your route. You can do ARCA, NASDAQ, New York, or Smart. I just leave it as Smart. I don't really know if it charges more commissions from one versus the other. I'm assuming it probably does, but I'd have to read into it to find out exactly how much. Anyway, I'll leave it at Smart for now. This is where CMEG, by the way, just to warn you, the downside to CMEG, and I would not recommend using them if you don't have to. If you can get around the PDT rule in other ways, do it. You don't want to use an offshore broker like CMEG to day trade because it will eat you alive in commissions. Like today, I spent, I want to say like $200 in commissions because I scalp in and out of trades. So that's a huge amount you have to overcome. You know, you got to be right a lot of the time to overcome your commissions when you're spending $3.95 per trade, or if you get the coupon code $2.95 per trade for stocks less than 1,000 shares. If you go over 1,000 shares, it's the amount that it charges you changes. But anyway, I'm just saying, if you don't have to use CMEG, don't use it. If you don't have to use any offshore broker, don't, because there's a reason why you can get around the PDT with them, and it's because they can get away with not the best customer service, and they can get away with charging a lot for commissions. So then you end up paying quite a bit over the course of your trading day or week or whatever. $200 in a day is a lot in commissions. I over traded today. I'm the first to admit it. I should not have traded that much today, but it is what it is. When the market's hot and things are going crazy, you're going to end up trading more, and inevitably paying more in commissions when you do so. So if you're with CMEG, just know the commissions will eat you alive. So definitely trade as little as you can, because it's amazing how quickly it will add up on you. That being said, anyway, back to this screen here. So you got your time and sales, you got your chart, your 5-minute chart, your daily chart, and then your level 2. And like I said, this is going to show everything you need right here. This is all you really need to trade with CMEG, or Sterling is the platform. Link them all with your colors. I'm just giving you the basics, by the way. We can get really in depth. I mean, if you go under settings for the charts, you got all these different things. And if you go setting, I mean, there's just so many different things you can do with it, which is great. But I'm just trying to give you the basics. Just get you a level 2, get you your time and sales, get you a few charts, and put them the way that you want them with your mouse scrolling. Then you can set up your buttons. Let's see, hot button bar setup would be right here. So these are different hot buttons, hotkeys that I've created. Buy 90% of buying power. I don't have that one up there right now because I very rarely would buy 90% of my buying power. So if you wanted to add that or remove that, you could click on this, take that off, put 90% on, and then click OK. And now 90% buying power is going to be right there. As far as setting up your hotkeys, you would go to View. I hope that I'm telling you right, because I haven't set up hotkeys in a while. You would go to View, I believe, then Settings. Your settings are going to pop up. Then you're going to go to Hotkeys. All right, so here's your hotkeys. So these are ones that I've got set up that I use. Control B buys 500 on the ask. And by the way, I don't necessarily use all these, so some of these might be set up by the computer. I can't remember what I've changed and what I haven't. For the most part, I use limit orders and sometimes use those, clicking on those hotkeys, but I haven't really got into using the actual hotkeys keys. I just haven't gotten used to it yet. So if you guys are used to it, this is where you would set it up. You can change it by clicking this one, for instance. Control B is buy 500 ask. You click on that, then you would click edit down here. This would pop up. Now you can change it from buy, sell, short, etc. Set up your hotkey, the quantity, and you can put a number in, or you can do like 90% of buying power, 75% of buying power, 50%, and so on. The symbol, if you put it as current, it's going to be the one that you have up on your level 2, the one that you're looking at. Price, you can have it to buy it on the ask, on the bid, at the last trade that went through, the current price. These are all different things that you can choose. Your account, your destination, set it as smart, ARCA, whatever. That's pretty much all you need to know. Then you would click OK, and now that would be the settings for that hotkey. If you want to remove the hotkey, you would click on it and click delete. If you want to delete them all, you can delete them all and start over. If you want to add a hotkey, you click add. That's pretty much how simple that is. That's how you get your you have to click enable hotkeys, by the way, if you want to use your hotkeys. And if you want to have your hotkeys not be usable and ready while you're doing other things on your computer, you would click the check mark there and click it off. Guys, other than that, excuse me, that's pretty much all you need to know to trade with Sterling Trader. I wanted to keep this fairly short. I don't want to get super in depth because most of the people that are watching this that do not know how to set up their trading platform or trade with Sterling or CMEG are not going to want a 2-hour video on every tiny detail. You just want to know what you need. So you need level 2. This is all that's going to pop up. You're going to click on your level 2, click on a chart or however many charts you want. You're going to have your time and sales, and that's really all the things you need. And then, like I said, you can change the colors by right-clicking or the settings on that chart to enable mouse scrolling. And you can set up your hotkeys, and you can add your hotkeys to your level 2, however you want them. Also, it's important to know that your default here, you can set your default for how many shares that you want there. That would be, see if I can remember how to set that up. Can't remember how I did that, honestly. So now I will look like an idiot. Local order entry settings. Maybe. Yeah, there. Local level 2 order entry settings is where you go, and quantity to open position. If you set that, that's what it's going to go to. So that's important because you want to set your account between SIM account. This is a SIM account. This is one of my regular CMEG accounts on this platform. So, and if you're thinking of hacking me, this isn't my larger account. This is my smaller account. So have at it. But anyway, you want to set your default as your real money account when you're trading regular, as your SIM account when you're trading with SIM, because it's going to default to that every time you click the buy button and place an order. It's going to default back. So you want to make sure that you have that set the way you want it and the quantity set the way you want it. So if you're seeing that if you don't pay attention to that, you'll end up buying or selling in the wrong account or doing too many or too few shares, and you'll be sitting there confused. So that's how you do it. Set up your defaults the way that you want them. Other than that, let's see. Is there anything else important to note? We talked about linking all your charts and your level 2s with the colors. You can move the whole thing like this. So even though they're separate windows, if you click this tab right here, it'll actually move all of them in unison. So that's kind of cool if you want to drag it over from one screen to the other, etc. Other than that, that's really the main stuff you need to know. You really just need to know about level 2, how to actually buy the stock, your time and sales, and your charts. And then you would click position summary and order summaries, and then you'd be able to actually see if you're getting filled or not whenever you're placing your trade. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's the basics. If you have any questions, shoot me a message or a comment. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We reached 500 subscribers a few days ago, pushing 600 now, which is awesome. I'm just trying, guys. I'd make no claims to be some expert trader. Overall, I suck at trading. You know, if you look at like Ross with Warrior Trading or some of the other traders that I aspire to be like, they're making 50 grand in a day or 100 grand in a day. Someday, hopefully, I'm at that point. But as of now, I'm just a guy trying to figure it all out, trading every day and trying to learn the markets the best I can, and hopefully someday get to that point where I can get out of my day job and start trading full time. And I'm sure that's all of our goal, and hopefully you guys are on that path as well. And like I said, subscribe, and I'll be making more videos to help you the best I can. Let me know in the comments if there's something you want to see, something I can do differently. Tell me if you liked it or hated it. Things I left out that are important, whatever the case may be, comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Guys, thanks for stopping by. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the little thumbs up. Make sure you hit the red subscribe button, notifications on, the little bell thingy that makes you get my notifications that my video has popped up if I make a new one. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments. Let me know what I can do to help. Check out my other videos if you get a chance and you haven't seen them. Until next time, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming into the Nomad Treehouse, spending time with me, talking trading, talking about what we can do to make our millions together. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's take the next step together. Let trading set you free. As always, peace.